Mostly this concept relates to activity based costing. Activity based costing. Which concept? Cost drivers. What is ABC cost? Activity based costing. Okay. So cost driver is an event, happening of which causes a cost.
Right.
Cost driver is the event. Cost driver, it is an event or cause or cause which drives the cost, or happening of which will bound us to incur some cost. So what are the examples of cost driver? Meeting charges. So meeting charges will depend upon the number of meetings. Meeting expenses will depend always upon the number of meeting. Storage requisition charges, storage requisition cost, storage requisition cost. First of all, did you understood what is storage requisition cost means? Storage requisition means storage requisition means taking goods from godown to production. Got it? Taking goods. Godown means store. Godown, store.
Yes, sir. Same, sir. Just I need to repeat because it's called.
Okay. Material inspection charges, number of visits of experts. Correct. So these are your examples of cost driver. You are getting my point, Mr. Mohanad?
Yes.
Okay. Now, traditional costing versus activity based costing. Here, this is the topic of this is the today's topic which I want to bring for discussion. Traditional costing versus activity based costing. Traditional costing versus activity based costing. And in always they will ask one question, at least one question about it in the exam. So this is for sure a topic of the exam. Traditional costing. Traditional costing is also known as what you say, your absorption costing. Absorption costing. Traditional costing also known as absorption costing. So absorption costing and traditional costing is one and the same thing. Okay. Traditional costing is also known as absorption costing. Shall we discuss this? Shall I start the discussion on this? So let's start our topic one, traditional costing versus activity based costing. First, let's talk about this. So I'm starting topic one, traditional costing versus activity based costing. Okay. And for that, I have taken, I'm trying to explain it by an example. So I'm taking an example. Okay. So let's say there are two products, product M11 and product R24. There are two products, product M11 and product R24, correct? Okay. Total direct labor hours spent on product M11 is 650 and R24 150. Total number of hours is 800. Okay. Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Is that clear? This is the question. The question says that there are two product M11 and R24. Total direct labor hours of product M11 is 650 and total direct labor hours of product R24 is 150 and total number of hours 800. Any problem in this question till yet? No. Shwet, you are getting it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, under traditional costing method, or old costing method, one minute. Okay, so total direct labor hours is there. Okay, now Now there is some factory overhead cost equal to rupees 80,000. There is some factory overhead cost equal to rupees 80,000. So we have a factory overhead cost of rupees 80,000. Okay.
Okay.
So under traditional costing method or old costing method, generally cost accountant used to allocate 80K cost in ratio of number of hours. So what they will do, they will divide this 80,000 the ratio of number of hours. Are you getting my point?
Right.
So there are 800 hours, overhead cost 80,000. So they will divide it, 80,000 divided by 800, 100 rupees cost per hour, correct?
Right.
And based on that, they divided 65,000 and 15,000, which was allocated based on traditional or absorption costing system. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting my point?
Up to here, it's clear, sir.
Yeah.
Up to here, it's clear. Okay. Okay, up to here it's clear. Fine. Then okay, we saw that in above treatment, cost divided based on some basis which may be number of direct labor hours, it could be number of units, correct? Or it could be number of workers, correct? Do you agree? We divided in the number of hours, but you can divide in the ratio of number of units also. Somebody will divide in the ratio of number of workers also. Huh?
Yes, sir.
You agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Means
But
depends on condition, right?
huh?
Depends on condition.
No. Basis of allocating cost. So number of workers, number of units produced, number of hours worked, any other basis. I am saying there are various bases of allocating cost under traditional costing system. Okay, you are getting my point.
Hmm.
Now I'll ask one question. Now you guys please try to understand what I'm asking. So let's say if I say, okay, let's say there are two brothers. There are two brothers, and there is one apple. Okay. The mother loves both the brothers equally. So mother divided the apple half and distributed to two brothers equally. My question is, the act of mother is justifiable or not? Tell me. There are two brothers.
Hmm.
There is one apple. They divided it into two parts. Mother gave to the apple to both the sons. My question is, did she?
No, sir.
Why?
Not, sir.
She's wrong because maybe one brother, upon his age, if
Yeah.
brother was 15 age, should we take more than the half from if the next brother, like with 10 years, should be upon
Yeah.
the age.
Correct.
This,
So, yeah,
this is
that's
my
what.
this is my suggestion. I don't know.
Yeah, correct. You are 100% correct. See, that's what. If one brother is 15 years of age and another brother is 8 months, even he don't have his teeth, how he will eat half of the apple? And the other one who's 15 years of age, growing child, need more protein and carbohydrates to burn. It's an injustice to give him half of apple. He should have at least two of apple instead of half. So that's the point. So your traditional costing, do you think they are doing justice, dividing the things based on the number of workers, dividing the things between two products M11 R24 without knowing about these products, without knowing the utility of this 80,000 rupees cost? Actually, for what you incurred this 80,000 rupees, you don't know that on which area you spend this 80,000 rupees. Without knowing that, you're dividing on the basis of number of unit produced, or you're dividing based on the number of workers, or you're dividing based on the number of hours. Do you think it is correct? It is a correct division?
Yes.
Means no.
No. I think this is you mean correct method or correct variation?
Sorry, come again.
No, you mean this all location as per number of worker or number of unit produced or number
Yeah,
of hour. I
these,
believe it's correct.
I believe, you believe?
Yeah, I believe it's correct all location method. This system.
No.
Mr. Vishek, maybe that's very hard to define by the number of workers, number of unit produced, number of hours, because we don't have clarification. So I think it's
No, what I'm saying, okay, okay, maybe you didn't understood my point. What I'm saying, dividing a cost between two products or between two departments based on the number of workers, based on the units produced, or based on the number of hours worked. Do you think this basis of division is correct? Do you think it is correct?
Yes, sir. I think it's correct.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It is correct. Okay, Mr. Mohanad, let's discuss this further.
Okay.
Further.
No problem.
No,
Yes. Yes.
no. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I want you to be disagree with me. So
Yeah.
so that will open a good discussion for. Let's say
Okay.
you are living in a society.
Okay.
You have a flat in a society. Okay. How many flats are there in your society? Give me any number. How many flats?
10. 10.
10 flats. Okay. 10 flats are there. Now there is a electricity bill for the month of July is 10 lakh rupees. Rupees 10 lakh. So what society president did? Society president. What he did? 10 lakh
divided by 10.
divided by 10. Mr. Mohanad, please pay 1
Yeah.
lakh. Mr.
Yes, I
Mohanad,
know.
please play 1 lakh. What was the basis? Basis was number of units. Basis was
Yes.
number of
Number.
units.
Right.
How many units? How many units? 10 units.
10. Yes.
So please pay 1 lakh. And now the reality is, even you were not there in your flat in the month of July, you went somewhere else. Are you going
Yeah.
to pay 1 lakh? Are you really
No,
going to pay 1 lakh?
no, I didn't get. I didn't understand this exactly the words, but I understand that basis of number of unit, it's not fair.
No. I'm saying you are living in a society, there are 10 flats, the electricity bill came for rupees 10 lakh. President
Yeah.
is saying that please everybody pay 1 lakh per flat. Are you going to pay 1 lakh? I'm asking you a simple question.
No.
Why?
No, I mean, you mean that I will pay by myself? No, I didn't understand your question exactly.
Shwet, will
May
you
I repeat?
will you explain my question to Mona?
Mr. Mohanad, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Just I want to say you, this is an example by Mr. Abhishek to the just clarify the concept, because if there is a 10 flats in your society and the bill is around 10 lakhs means 1 million. So how means they have divided the flat calculation by the number of units by divided by the total amount. So that's are coming by the 1 lakh for one person. So that amount is negotiable, means that amount is appropriate for you or not. He wanted to ask you. Means you will be agreed to pay if you have to pay, or even you are not available at that time. Means month
No.
of July,
Yes,
month of
yes. I'm not agree. I'm not agree to pay.
Why?
okay.
Yeah, because as Shwet he said, maybe I am not there. Maybe I'm not using this electricity all. Maybe I
So
have
that
only one children
that
and my
means okay, that means you are going on consumption method. You will argue that okay, I haven't consumed that much electricity,
yes,
and you will say okay, this unit method is not correct to divide the cost,
yes, right, right.
because you know the electricity cost in detail. You know you have the understanding of electricity cost, and
Yes,
you came to know that okay, one of your neighbor has the marriage party, so they because of the marriage party they used electricity in very much, and
yes,
that's why the bill came on higher side. So you went into the, you dig down or you drill down into the reasons, correct?
correct, correct.
Similarly, without drilling down to the reasons of this 80,000, without drilling down into the reasons of this 80,000, you are dividing this 80,000 on the basis of direct number labor of hours, direct labor hours. My question is that allocation basis is correct or not?
No,
I mean,
it's
No,
it,
Not
are you doing justice to that cost, dividing it into the basis of number of hours or number of
no,
employees or number of units produced?
no, no.
No,
no, sir.
that's what. So here,
Yeah,
your traditional costing fails and activity based costing comes into the picture. Activity based costing. Okay. If I'll provide you the detail of this overhead, let's say if I'll say okay, breakdown of 80,000. So material requisition cost. Material requisition cost was what happened here?
where are we are.
Sorry. So okay, material requisition cost. Let's say material acquisition cost, let's say, is 40,000. Okay, and there were two product M11 and R24. M11 and R24, correct? So
Right.
number of acquisition, number of acquisition, number of requisition, sorry. Number of requisition, 1 minute. Number of requisition in M11 it happened only 23 requisition, and in R12 R24 it was 17 requisitions. Okay, so I'm breaking down into the activities. I'm drilling down into activities. Okay, then let's say there was a canteen expenses of 20,000. Now the number of worker in M11 is 18. Number of worker in M11 is 18, and here it is 2 only. Then another expenditure is your let's say power expenses, which is 20,000, and your M11 do not consume any power. And it consumes power. So now when you will divide the cost between M11 and R24, then this dividation between M11 and R24 will be a realistic dividation. So a 40,000 when I will divide into, so this will be 23,000 and 17,000. This will be 18,000 and 2,000, and this will be 0, and full 20,000 will be divided to here. So if I'll do the sum of this, so 1 minute. If I do the sum of this, then the dividation should be like this: 41,000 and 39,000. So 41,000, 39,000 should be the dividation. Instead of what we did in here, 65 and 15. So here we did 65 and 15 without any understanding. But now I am understanding. I am drilling down each and every cost in each and every pattern of every cost. I looked into pattern of every cost, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I looked into every pattern of every cost, and then I divided this cost. Then I divided this cost. So by looking at the pattern of the cost, I divided. So this is what I did under activity-based costing. Is that clear to Mr. Mohanad?
Yes, yes, yes.
So it is a better way. It's much better way to allocate the expenditure instead of doing it under traditional method.
Means that's the traditional method which we have calculated by the number of hours, right? But this is the
correct method, because we understood first the nature of expenditure. First we understood the nature of expenditure. Then we reach to the cost driver, that what drives that cost. I drill down, I break down that 80,000. Okay, material acquisition cost is the nature of expenditure. What is the driver? Driver is number of acquisition. Canteen expenditure, what is the driver? Driver is number of worker, more canteen expense, less worker, less canteen expense. Common sense theory says that. Power expenditure, again the driver of consumption of power. So I understood the nature of expenditure, then I understood the driver, and based on the driver I divided the cost. It will give me the more realistic picture. Instead of dividing on the based on number of units or number of hours, that will not make any sense. Okay, that will not make any sense. It's not making any sense. Okay, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree or not?
agree, sir.
Let's say you five friends plan a picnic, and you went on a picnic for 5 days, and because you were having some food poisoning, so you didn't eat all 5 days, and your friends ate all the chicken, mutton, and whatever, and the food bill of 5 days came to 50,000, 50k, and now friends is saying, okay, divide this 50k into 5 parts. Will you feel that it is justifiable dividation? So dividing things on the basis of the number of heads or number of units or number of people will not be justifiable. We have to drill down the cost. We have to understand the drive behind the cost, and we have to divide the cost based on the drive. This is the saying of activity based costing. So we understood today what is the activity based costing. Correct? We understood that.